Hi, welcome to India Food Network. I am Asha Khatau. Today I am going to show you a Swiss speciality, which is a cheese fondue. Usually it is made with white wine, but this version of mine is going to be without one so that children can enjoy it. If you like to know how to do it, keep watching. Come, let's have a look at the ingredient to make the fondue. We require 1 cup of grated fondue cheese, half tablespoon each of plain flour and corn flour, which is mixed together here, 1 teaspoon of butter, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped herbs, half a cup of vegetable stock, half a cup of milk and salt to taste. This cubes of bread which are lightly toasted are used for serving. Now that we have all the ingredients in place, come, let's start mixing it. Firstly, we have to toss the cheese with both the flours that I told you about. The flours, which is the plain flour and corn flour mixed together, half tablespoon each. You coat the cheese nicely with the flour. This is done because when you are cooking the cheese, if the flour is nicely coated to the cheese will not curdle. The next step is to melt butter in a thick saucepan, to which we can add 2 cloves of crushed garlic. Once you hear the sizzling sound of garlic, you quickly add the liquid, which is the vegetable stock, along with milk. We have added half cup each. After we have added both the liquids, which is the vegetable stock and the milk, we have to stir it time to time and allow this liquid to come to a nice boil. When the liquid has started boiling, you reduce the flame to medium or slow, and very gently we have to add the tossed cheese. I am going to add 1 tablespoon at a time. The idea to do that is that the cheese has this tendency to stick to the bottom, and center gets the maximum heat, and keep stirring in figure of 8, making sure that the cheese does not stick to the bottom of the pan, because that really is dangerous, and to avoid sticking it in the center, which is why we are stirring the spoon continuously in figure of 8. You have to do this until all the cheese has been added to the liquid and it is incorporated nicely. At the end of the whole procedure, this should give you a nice thickish kind of a sauce, which we call fondue. When it almost like a thick sauce, this is the time to add the flavors and seasoning. The flavor that we are adding today is the freshly chopped mixed herbs, nice and garden fresh herbs. Some of you must be growing them at home as well. Nowadays herb growing has become a great passion. And of course the salt to taste. Now that our fondue is nice and thick and ready, I am going to show you the style of serving. We made this in a nice heavy saucepan so that to make sure that the cheese doesn't stick, and I am going to transfer this to a nice ceramic fondue dish, which is kept on a tea light food warmer, and the idea is to keep it all the time warm so that everyone who even eats later can enjoy the warmth of this nice tasty cheese fondue. So we pour this thick herbed flavor, lovely aroma giving fondue in a dish. Some people like it nice and spicy, so we have here some chili flakes. Maybe you like to sprinkle a little bit on top. And now let me show you how this fondue is had. You have these fondue forks. If you don't happen to have them, you can use the bamboo sticks or small thick toothpicks. So you prick this bread with the fork and dip it in this warm cheese sauce. Tap it a little bit on the dish so that the excess cheese goes away, because you can't have too much of cheese in one bite, right? So you have this and enjoy it. So this was our nice and easy cheese and herb fondue. We served it here today with the nice crispy toasted bread, but as an alternative you can also serve it with boiled baby potatoes. It tastes equally good. If you like this recipe, subscribe to India Food Network, and please remember, write back to us with your suggestions.